you do. This is what I'm. So hold on for 1 minute. But oh man,
All right.
you called in before the show, even the pre-show.
He done started.
Now, that's
That ain't
support.
right.
No, that's support. That's support. People, people don't know how. Man, listen. If somebody's jealous now, man, you
The
call
pre-show
me.
has started.
Listen, Gina, my homegirl from the group home.
Oh my God.
We missed the
Oh
group
my
home.
God.
We missed the group home though.
So
We was
long.
trying to get there. We was trying to get there. Oh man, you listen, Gina. You on the pre-show now. People be tuning in now. I want to thank you first
Okay.
for tuning in before the pre-show. Now listen, this is
Twitch
a
has accepted the stream.
Twitch accepted the stream, so we'll be on Twitch and
YouTube has
Facebook
accepted
and
the stream.
YouTube and all of them in a minute. Man,
And Facebook has accepted the
I
stream.
did not know what. I'm not even gonna say I didn't know. I wasn't sure what I was going to do tonight. I had some plans. You can't do anything without a plan. So I had a couple of options.
Are you ready to go on the air?
I'm ready to go on the air because
Okay,
I
when
got
the timer
Gina.
says on the air,
When the
you're on the
timer
air.
says on the air, Gina,
There's the
hold on, so-
countdown.
Okay.
Gina, so I want you hold on, and we're on the air. Gina, we live and on the air now. For those of you watching on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, whatever medium, I don't know all the mediums we come on. I want to thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Jerome Wright, and I am the host of the Wright Report, affectionately termed Edutainment for the community. And I usually have a little pre-show while we get all the technical things worked out, because this is a live show, and so what we say can't take it back, so be careful. And I'm waiting to get ready to get on. We doing our sound checks, and I get a phone call. We wanted to test to see, and it's one of my longest standing, most beloved friends, and it's Gina from the Boogie Down Bronx. And she called, and I'm like, hey, she said, look, what I need to do. That's all she said. She said, yo, what I need to do. So I didn't want everybody to think that was a prank call or I set that up. I thought I knew the voice. I was sure it was the voice, but I said, well, you got to introduce yourself so we can keep it official, because we ain't looking for ratings. We looking for truth and authenticity here. And she said, Gina. So bang. So those you know me, grew up over there in the Boogie Down Bronx, over there, University Projects, Ogden, Nelson. Shout out to, West, South Bronx, all that. And this was a young lady who I spent my appreciable young years with in friendship, man. And she got on the phone. I sent out the little call tonight that this was going to be the last show for the year. And she obviously got it. And she called in before the show even came on. And all she said was, what can I do? That's the type of loyalty, commitment, dedication, love, and respect we need to be sharing with each other. It ain't what happened, what's going on. It's what can I do, to help you, to do what you need me for, because I'm here. And I didn't have anything special on the agenda tonight, but we ended the year. But I just wanted to say I love you, thank you, and this is what we need. We need people to come together. This is what this medium supposed to be about. You and I being in unity so that we can form a community that can make moves that would, transform our lives, all of our lives. And when you got soldiers, male and female, as Gina is a woman, it is a blessing to have them. Gina, thank you. I love you. What you could do is, one, keep supporting me like you have, and get ready, because the movement is started, man. We have a criminal legal system that has gone completely off the ropes, and it's time for those who know to say what's wrong, and it's time for all of us to make it right. So I look forward to talking to you about some of the events and things we're gonna be hosting and taking care of, so that people can understand. This is not a joke, man. This is not, and I'm going to talk about tonight how this impact all of us that some of us don't even realize, because this is edutainment, so I got to get some education in there. But I'm going to drop on you, you and others, this book, Coerced. We're going to talk about this, how this prison industrial complex is also wrapped up in some other things that people take for granted, don't even understand the psychology of. So it ain't just slaves in prison, man. We got slaves in the labor force. that are synonymous with what goes on in these jails and prisons. And love is love. And my man Yusef, I'm gonna break it down later, but thank you for calling, baby girl. I'll be to see you soon. Facts on that. And
Love you.
continue to support me as I will continue to love and support you. All right.
Without a doubt, I got you.
All right. Thank you, baby girl.
Okay.
Listen, this is
so
how
I'm
we
gonna
do.
listen and see
Thank
what's
you.
going on. I love you.
I love you too.
Oh my God.
You know, like I said,
okay?
I keep trying
This is
to
a
tell
blessing.
people,
This
man,
is nice. This is so nice.
This is beautiful.
I'm so very, very proud of you. Okay.
Oh, listen,
so
man, you
I'm
make
just
me
gonna
proud.
listen.
Listen, yes, sir. You know, I can tell you, baby, I love you like a rock, and that's hard.
Okay.
That's
All right.
hard. Talk to you soon, man. All right.
Okay.
Peace.
All right.
Yeah, look at that, man. Thanks for the love. I see love is love. That's our shout out, man. We talking love is love, man. Man to man, woman to man, everybody. Everybody, love is love. Human to human, love is love. So I ain't even start to show off like I normally do because we got the pre-show phone call from the homegirl from way back, like bucket seats, man, like that Dukes in the Quarter. That show you how old I am and so how young or unhip some of you are. Because the Dukes in the Quarter was how far we go back up there in the boogie down Bronx. But let me start this show off the way we supposed to, man. I was so thankful for homegirl stepping in and hollering at us. But where is oh, let me I don't know what's going on over here. Okay, I got it. This is what happened when you're doing the show live and you ain't no real engineer, but you got your boy in the wings. Lucky he's still here because I'm having a hard time getting this. Rich, what's going on here? I'm hitting my intro, and it ain't introing, if that's even a word. Is it, why is it not introing? What's going on?
Let's see.
I don't know. I hit it.
Well, you got to click on the picture.
I did. Bang.
Try it again.
Hey, man.
And then open it with media player.
Oh, see, I used to jump
Hit
straight.
the OK.
Okay, with the media.
There we go.
Every time I speak, I want the truth to come out. You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like, they know what I'm going to say because it's polite. They know what I'm going to say. And even if I get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Ain't that what we're supposed to do? I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change it. I don't know how to change it, but I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody going to clean it up.
Keep talking about how dirty it is out here. Someone can go clean it up. That's what we do at the Wright Walk. We put the dirt out so we can clean it up. This is Jerome, all right, man. I'm getting some love from the people. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's 2 days before this traditional holiday, Christmas, and people running around making their last-minute gift purchases, putting the last ornaments in place and all that, enjoying the season. I pray that you and yours, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, whether it's Kwanzaa, whatever, this is the time of new beginnings as New Year's come in, time to end the year, which is what Christmas is all about, getting rid of that end of the year stock. That's something I'm going to drop on you, but I'm telling you, it's all real here, and it's all raw because we're about facts, not about likes and all the rest of that, man. We want to keep it real with each other. If we can't keep it real with it, listen, we all we got. If we can't keep it real with each other, what we going to do? So this is the Wright Report. I am Jerome, all right. This is Edutainment for the community. I'm coming to you from the home of the future. Think Twice Radio. Think Twice Radio. When you think twice, you know you think right. So when you think twice, you think the Wright Report. And I want to give a shout out to my man on the ones and twos right now. There he is sitting over there in the booth with the headphones on, acting like he can't hear me. I know he got them tuned up. Look at my man and yours, the producer, the engineer, the program designer, the, Wi-Fi cable guy with his own studio. There you go. I'll holler at the people. That's it. That's Rich. That's my boy Rich. That's Richard Wicker, the proprietor of Think Twice Radio, where free speech is still free, man. Commercial free, without commercial interruption. Sponsor free, unless they rocking with you for real, not to compromise you. I'll take a few dollars, but it comes with no strings. You know, if you giving, because you believe in division, not because you trying to perpetuate division. That's bars right there for you young boys. Facts. But listen, tonight, man, we gonna try to end this this year. We gonna try to end this right. We gonna celebrate the good. We gonna talk about the bad. We gonna speak about the ugly. But we gonna do something. Like Gina said, what you want me to do? We ain't talking about just talking about. We talking about do it. We come up. We say, you don't do it. You be about it. Don't talk about it. We want to do something different. 2026, we got the fix. The fix for 2026 is this movement where we decide as the real power which way this thing gonna roll. And that means you and I. You can't make unity without unity. And you can't have community without unity. And that's the community we building right here with people like my man Yusef hollering out, Auntie up in the building. We got Gina Love from back in the day all the way to today. Now that's love. See, I don't know how many of y'all got friends, man, that span almost the entirety of your life. From pigtails to jail cells to what else? Where we at now? To hotel, motels, to everything, man. And man, that is beautiful. Thanks, Gina, man. You got my spirit right. It's kind of heavy, man, cause it's been a rough week, and I want to shout out my comrades in Jail Justice Network and Halt Solitary and RAP and Call Network, Capital Area Relief and Liberation. All these groups who held a press conference today to confront, this crisis going on in, not only is it going on in corrections now, we got the crisis that's now permeating the judiciary, not the executive branch. You got a governor now who has decided to, I don't even know, I can't talk about what she's in her mind, but obviously we not on her mind because she just, I'm gonna fill you in, but it's been a rough, man. It's been a rough couple of weeks. I even had to pull back today, but I want to shout y'all out for that press conference today, letting people know, man, that we're not gonna sit idly by while y'all continue to, play the games. Let me tell you what's really at stake here, man, and I want y'all to get this. What's at stake here is that we got these two societies still here. Rules for one side, different set for the other. That's what this is about. When we all human, race, creed, color, all that, I'm not even talking about, we all human, we deserve some equity. I got a call here, and can I get to the call? I think I got it. There you go. Yeah. Hello? All right, that was somebody that was a butt dial. I think that was Gina's call. Gina still got a big butt. It's just what it is. I mean, she probably hit it up. Thank you, Gina. That was a butt check. But listen, this thing is about. Listen, this thing is crazy. They tell you, don't commit crime, do things the right way, vote. All this stuff they put up as the structure that's going to get changed, get things done. So, you with me with my good belief in what they say, I say, all right, let's do this. We get together, we get a campaign, we campaign for some changes. They say if you don't like something, you think it should be changed, you can get a lot of people, the community, the legislators, all that to agree with you, then get it changed, do that. That's the right way. Don't rebel, don't riot, yes. All right, if it's wrong, you want to make it right, this is the steps. I remember, what was it, Sesame Street. I think it was Sesame Street. The thing, a bill is only a bill while it's sitting on Capitol Hill. Got to go through the process, right? say trust the process. I don't think that worked too much for the 76ers, but that's another story. So I'm saying we trust the process. We run these years getting no's, not enough votes, fighting, convincing communities and individuals and getting allies and getting people to understand the necessity of this change and what impact it has. And we do this a number of years, more than a decade. And finally, the change that we were fighting for, the change that we wanted, came to fruition. We got past the Halt Solitary Confinement Act into law, which mandated a lot of things and, some change, some real change that afforded people with the most problems, the most services like programming, therapy, treatment, humane treatment. And from day one, they were against it. Never said they was going to do it. Laughed when we said we wanted, and they said haven't done it. Just haven't done it. So that's number one. Then I get involved again. Stupid me. Not forgetting the first law of insanity. Doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So I'm going to do it right again. We get a campaign in coalition with some other people. Jails Justice Neckwood, Catal, Gallagher, Sal, the usual suspects, of which I was one of them. We get together and we we do the right thing. We lobby, we argue, we twist arms, whatever we did the right things, right? Legally, I'm talking about legally did the right. I mean, physically twist arms before they run in here and get me on assault charges. We convinced people, cajoled in some cases, but we got the votes necessary to get this SCOC bill. I'm explaining all this to you. SCOC bill as one of the bills in this 10-bill omnibus package that they were using to address supposedly reform, accountability, and all the things that we were demanding. First of all, let me stop right there. They did not do what the people asked. They chose the things that they wanted to see done, and they enacted those things. I can tell you unequivocally that the majority of the advocacy, the incarcerated, families, friends, and them themselves did not agree with the dearth of reliefs and amenities that were extended because of this lynching. In the name of this lynching, as a matter of fact, of Robert Brooks. We're going to say his name. And then to turn around and have Messiah Nantry, who we don't talk about, was murdered just less than 2-3 months later, almost in the exact same fashion, with the exact same outcomes, with the attempt to cover up and fraudulently write stuff. All of this, again, while the scrutiny is on the facility directly across the street. And you tell me that's not culture? You want to tell me that these are aberrations, isolated incidences? I'm telling you not, because I lived them. In 1990, I was Robert Brooks. There, but for the grace of God, I would be like, he should be here like I'm here. With these stitches, I ain't even taking my hat off. So people who know me know. I got the stitches in my head. I got the receipts. This guy got some grapes. You see the size of these grapes? Humongous. I don't believe it. And I'm sorry, but this is what's staring at me. Look at the size of these grapes. I mean, they're like unbelievable. And they're delicious. So I'm sorry, but I didn't have nothing to eat. And I'm getting worked up because, again, we doing what the things they do right and get treated wrong. I can't. And this is the Wright report. Can't be treating the Wright report wrong. Listen to this. So we fight to get this State Commission on Corrections. That's the SCOC. That's the state agency that's supposed to be monitoring, sanctioning, and supervising jails and prisons in the state of New York. A body that up until now has been totally controlled by the governor and will continue to be controlled by the governor. So this bill goes in and she signs it. But she signs it with these chapter amendments, which is a long story that I'm not going to get into about how they can go in and negotiate this out and that out, even though the bill goes up from the legislature like this. They sit in the room, the three in the room. Used to be three men in the room, and it was a problem there. Well, they didn't change it. It was 2 women and a man, the same results. It ain't changed. And now it's all Democrats, too, so I don't want to hear that Democrat-Republican stuff either. Right wing, left wing, same bird in this case. I'm telling you right now. So they go in there and they chop this law up, this bill up. So now it does not even, it's not even the bill that the legislators signed on to. And rather than rebel at that, they all kowtow and let this go. I put my name on a bill that says this. Now I know there's got to be some negotiation. Nobody's gonna sit there and think that. But come on, dilute it, make it not even something I would have signed if it came to me in the beginning because it didn't lack it. It lacked anything. It lacked everything I would be willing to sign for. That's enough. Try again. Here we at, man. We done did it right. So now they gut the bill. They sign it and call this reform. And now we're supposed to be celebrating what? That bill gave us, now, when people say, oh, it's better to get something than nothing. I come from the Malcolm X school of thought on that one. How about this? So you stab me in the back 12 inches. You pull it out 6, and that's progress. That's reform. That's BS. Something better than nothing. I've never settled for that. Nothing in life. I'll take that rather than nothing. No. I don't know when y'all start settling. That's not something I've been settling for. Whatever, whoever, whomever. What? No. This is what people are telling me. Well, at least we got something. Moral victories don't save lives. Moral victories ain't changing the culture. Moral victories ain't doing jack in this situation. So all y'all who think, at least we got something, that's a slave beggar's mentality. We demanded those changes to begin with. Why are we going to accept something that don't even look like the changes we demand? If I'm a rebel for that, then call me Geronimo, Hannibal, whatever you want to call me, because I cannot countenance the fact that we sitting there talking about we made some progress. Listen, here's the joke. One of the demands, one of the agreed upon demands in all this legislative fight to make it right was that this board needed, this board that governs this SCOC had to have a more interdisciplinary approach. Now, for all y'all who are in the back couldn't hear that, I'm going to break it down, say it a little slower. The interdisciplinary approach, which everybody universally accepts as the gold standard, the best, because it says that we take people from different disciplines and put them together to get a well-rounded view of the situation from different perspectives that are certified, experiential, and then you come to the most informed decision about any situation because you have these different perspectives. So one of the requests was that somebody formerly incarcerated would be included that can only speak to certain things that they could ever discuss in a situation dealing with jails or prisons. They agree. You know what the answer is? To hire this person part-time. So we got a full-time crisis. And the person with the most expertise is going to be working part-time. Hey, Auntie, I hope you listening to this because I'm telling. Obviously, you listening. You sending blessings. I didn't speak to you on your birthday because I sent out your blessings to you. But why didn't I speak to you? There is a reason. I came up with something. And it's the truth. I can't remember what it is right now because I'm on fire right now because I went to prison for breaking the rules. I went to prison for not doing it right. I learned my lesson, not because prison taught me, because I grew up, but that was a choice. And then they say, do it right. I do it right, and they don't do, and they do me wrong. They not just me. This is not about me. Let's make that clear. I am the purveyor of the message because I'm speaking for a bunch of people right now, and I got receipts to prove it. We've had these discussions, not satisfied with. That's why you had this press conference today, and the only reason why I was not there, because man, I got PTSD, man. I'm human, and I could lose it too, man. I gotta take care of myself sometimes. And I needed some downtime. I said special guests. I don't want you to think I did that to get you on. But my granddaughters was going to come. They punked out at the last minute. I said punked out. I don't care. Y'all say, oh, come on, they can't. I really wanted them to be on because that's the only good thing that's going on right now, man. Everything else then went to hell in a handbasket, man. They don't want to follow the law. I break the law, I go to prison. Sometimes it's really hard to respect life the way they're trying to force us to live it, man. I see why people die for the cause. Not because, but for the cause. Cause for the cause. That's a double negative. I don't care. Because, at some point you get tired of the same old, and if people ain't going to change, you got to make the change. And, my motto since, and when I wait till January 1st, I've been exhibiting that for the last couple of months now, is I'm going to be the change I want to see in the world. I ain't going to ask nobody to change, because people who want to be changed like I'm going to be, we going to end up clicking, yeah, God is in control, aren't you, right? I'm gonna let my steps be ordered. But saying you got people who don't believe God, and that's because they didn't they didn't trick you again. This is what they did. Why you don't believe in you God? They got you. That's how. If I can get you to be doubtful of you, then who are you? What could you do? You are God. This is, and all you super saints gonna talk about that's blasphemy. Read and comprehend. Don't get mad at me. I didn't write none of that. I don't even want the responsibility for having written any of the gospel. Ethiopian, King, I ain't got a period of comma in that. But I can read and I can comprehend. And in all those books, they say, ye are God. And God dwells within you. And if I can get you not to believe that there is a God, then there can be no God that dwells in you. Then the gifts and blessings of God can't flow from you, because you done blocked your blessings by listening to this drivel. Not even having the... I can understand the atheists and all that. If you did some research, remedial, you can't just tell me that they blue-eyed about it, because if you notice that's not the truth, then you should either be exposing that or at least be in tune with your spiritual nature with the one that looks like you. Yahshua. There ain't even a J in the Hebrew language. So where could Jesus come from? Yahshua. Hair of wool, feet copper, not from copper tan. From melanin. That's another bars. I'm gonna fight, Auntie. I'm gonna fight. I hope y'all recording this, because these is bars. Some of this, man. Not, man. Let me get Okay, got a big unk in that house. Now I know I'm gonna find, and I thought nobody gonna show up. It was 2 days before everybody spent all their money. They ain't trying to hear the truth. They trying to lie to themselves about how they gonna replace all that gift money. Or lie to somebody about why they didn't get them no gift. But you got time to speak the truth, because we're going to talk about it tonight. So here we go. These people would chop the bill up, call it reform. That's like somebody, I was getting ready to say something. I ain't got nothing to say on the air. Got it right saying so. Let me back up. Let me take a commercial break. Without commercial interruption, but I want to see the size of these grapes. I told Richard, These must cost $100 a pound. This grape is so big, it can turn me back into a vegetarian. I'm telling you, I don't know what you're missing. But back what I'm saying. They tell you to do it right, you do it right, and they still treat you wrong. Now, if this was a relationship, I'd walk out. Listen, I keep treating you right. You keep doing me wrong. It's quits. It's over. So what do we do here? We got to change the nature of the relationship. And my brothers and sisters that were out there in the Capitol today, they did a press conference to demand real accountability. Not this fake accountability, not this facade of change, man. Change is really revolutionary. And like my brother said, you can kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill a revolution. Cause the time has come, man. The time has come. We need, first of all, we got a guy at the helm of the Department of Corrections Community Supervision, the commission, Daniel Marticello, who continues to blatantly violate a statutory law with no punishment. We've had the courts weigh in on that. At least 3 jurisdictions have deemed those rules and his denial of implementing the law wrong legally and demanded that they be fully implemented. Still none. The latest they doing is flying out this thing that the halt doesn't apply to the general population, people in general population, which is asinine. That doesn't see. That tells me how stupid they think you are, not me. That tells me how stupid they think you are. Because you can't tell me that it don't apply to the general population when the law was written to apply to everybody in a correctional setting, jail or prison. So how could you even fathom, how could you fix your lips to say something like that? How could you possibly fix your lips to say something like that? That it doesn't apply to the general population when the law was made because people in the general population were being inhumanely, injudiciously treated. That's why we made the law. Not because it was some subset of individuals who were deemed solitary confinement bound from birth or something that you put in there. It's everybody who came in the system who they accused of violating a rule, not a law, a rule that deemed them necessary to get put in solitary confinement. So how would it not apply to general population when the rule was made to protect those in general population from the abuses of solitary confinement, either in due process, in the charge, in being the excluded group? What do you tell it? What does that say? That ain't even good lying, man. My mom would tell me, boy, that ain't even good lying. I might turn the other way if it was some good lying and say, boy, good. I'm going to let him get away with that. That ain't even good damn lying. You just calling me an idiot, which means it's not even a lie. It's a damn insult. And it should be an insult to anybody who hears that as a retort to the fact, wow, this doesn't apply to 85% of the population right now in corrections that are under lockdown and in solitary confinement against the law. And y'all let this guy he probably be running, keep doing what you're doing, man. You'll be running for president. But you're going to lose this job. You're going to lose this job, Daniel. Because you are not right for the system, and you and your family haven't been for a couple of decades now. This ain't no new guy for you who don't know. Him and his family been immersed in this brutality, racism, obfuscation of facts, truth, of returning the system back to almost 50, returning the system back to 55 years, to 1971. The type of repression, and this guy still got the job. I know a basketball coach got fired for losing 5 games in a row. Games, not lives. This guy's a serial killer. 119 and counting in 2025, including those murders that were caught on camera, those who have been caught on audio. So let me. The Cy Nansweet case is unique in itself. It wasn't on video, but they got recordings of them plotting the cover up of placing a weapon on the guy. That's why they had to kill him, use deadly force, when that weapon was something that was, listen to me, that weapon was obtained in a search earlier in the day. Cy Nansweet knew nothing about that weapon at all. Knew nothing about the weapon. They tried to frame him with that to cover up his murder. So, you tell me, and then what happened? So some people go to jail. Some people lose their lives. This man was beaten to death. So they lose their lives. Their families suffer. I spoke to Ms. Brooks. I was the only child. Lineage almost eclipsed. Heartbroken still. And we just a year from the anniversary, December 9th, the lynching and murder. And then for that, what do we get? We get a fake reform package. We get an even more watered down reform law. And we supposed to be happy. We supposed to be grateful. We supposed to be out of our cotton picking mind to go for that. And that's why there was this press conference today of organizations who have thrown down the mantle and said, nah, enough is enough, man. You're not going to keep telling us to do it right and keep treating us wrong. You're not going to keep telling us to follow the rules, the procedures, trust the process, and you don't. You're not going to keep taking us down this primrose path while you continue to do whatever the heck you want to do. No. That's not going to continue to happen. And today's press conference was the first salvo in putting them on notice that it's not, no. We're not going to go quietly in the night. We're not going to go jubilantly like you did something. You're so far away from the mark, from what we asked for, what we deserve, that there's no way that in any good conscience any of us could sit here and say that progress was made with anything. We don't need more cameras to... They talking about accountability? This is what they want. Their idea of accountability is put more cameras around that can be turned on and off. I was beaten with a camera and they turned it off. Said they failed, it broke, whatever. So, hey, Harmony, what's up, baby girl? A little sweet 16 about to come out in the world. The world, this is what we trying to do, make better for them, man. All right, we got the raw end of the stick. Let's at least make it better for the next generation, man. Let's fight for their independence. Let's fight for their right to be human in or outside of a correctional setting. Because what they doing in there, they doing in the community. They just got you thinking it's different. So if you think it's different, then it don't apply to you. But I'm going to show you, coerced. This is the book. When I had to, and I'm not promoting it just because I'm in it. I'm in it, and I had the honor of being asked to write the foreword. Now, people who know what the foreword is, I ain't going to explain it to you. Get the book and read it. And I wrote the foreword. Thank you to Erin Hatton, professor of sociology at University at Buffalo, who put this treatise together. Great book, man. I learned so much about this. You know, sometimes you think, you know how much you don't know when you learn something new that you thought you knew. I don't know if that came up. That ain't bars, but you get the point. But she wrote this book Very good research, very good read. I wrote the forward, and it talks about the ways that the way they treat all of us is kind of similar. See, in prison, even in college. See, in college they use the students. They get them to work, do their work, write their papers, do all of the work while they get the salaries, and this is your this is your penance, so to say, for getting education. They do it with welfare. They tell you you need these services. They're gonna give you these services, but then they force you into a situation where you punished if you don't work where, how, and when they want you to under whatever conditions they decide. And that's a force. It's like forced labor in prisons and jails where you work for pennies on the dollar. And then the people who get the benefit of your labor get billions on the dollar. So while you sitting there saying, that's only going on in prison, that goes on in work, welfare, goes on in colleges, it goes on in athletics. I don't care how much NIL money they give out now. It will never make up all the money they robbed for them kids over all those years. Those colleges became financial behemoths on the backs of young men, particularly black and brown, who played sports and were only got an education and got a good look at so that the pros may decide to take them or not. And they still do it. You know, NIL, if something was forced on, that has changed. Name, image, and likeness. For y'all don't know, this is sports. You don't have to turn off, but listen, it used to be a time in sports in college where you couldn't make any money. They made all the money off your image. They made all the money off of your speaking again. You were their cash cow. Just like in prison, just like everywhere else. And people fought for reforming that system because it was wrong. And what happened? They changed the law, so now they have a law where people can get paid for the usage of their name, their image, and likeness. You got people who get $7-8 million to come to universities now to play sports, where before they used to get nothing and still have to work and play sports and get an education. That is revolutionary change. That's what HALT is, talking about progression. That's what the SEOC bill was until they eviscerated it. Yes, you, Governor Hochul, and you will be hearing from me very soon. I know you didn't answer last time. You probably won't answer this time. But I got to say what I got to say. And it's going to get public, but I need to say it to you, not under no other auspices than me and you, because what you doing now is allowing, you ain't forcing this guy to resign or fire him, the commissioner, though he continues to not even follow your rules. You told them to follow the court. You told them to justify what they were doing. And you know what he told you? Yeah. You may be the governor, but this is my fiefdom. I do what I want to do. Well, enjoy it while you can, Dan. Enjoy it while you can, Dan. It's you the man that's about to hit the can. This bar's there. Monticello got to go. One of the fix for 2026, the one that I know, is Daniel Monticello as Doc's commissioner has got to go. We need somebody there with some real reform, not rhetoric. With some real progress, not politics. With some real integrity, not interviewing skills. And with some real care and not cunning. That's what we need. That's what we demand. I'm telling you, man, this thing is about to blow up, man. You're about to get Attica 20 2.0. The blood's gonna be on your hands. So, I'll shout out them brothers and sisters out there today in the cold, telling these people that that's unacceptable what they just did, what they continue to do. Hold us to a standard they won't hold themselves to, continue to dilute our accomplishments and make them superfluous, continue to, treat us like what we say don't matter. to continue to the truth. Like, we don't have the power that we truly have. So it's time to do a little flexing, y'all. They don't believe we pump like that we got it, and we can step to it. What did they do? They diluted the bill we won. They didn't do a bill we passed. They just do what they want to do. So I guess we got to start doing what we got to do. And 2026 is going to be a whole different ball game. It's not going to be the same game, man. Because we already know that's insanity. Try what we do, play by the rules, keep everything above board. We see what happens. Yeah, we see what happens. They decide that, take my ball home and play. I don't know what they decide, but I've decided, and the people in this movement have decided, and enough is enough. Enough is enough. I do want to give a shout out to my team: Steve Rosenthal, Stephen McKinley Henderson, the actor, and my man, the filmmaker. I happen to be part of the award. Man, we won the award for the best social conscious documentary at the Spotlight Awards in Atlanta at the Limelight Theater. I was there. I want you to take a listen to this, man. This is what we do, man. This is what we do.
There is no need to fear history. Knowing and understanding the human experience that is America's narrative benefits all of us. Repairing and amending our mistakes protects our highest ideals and guards us from hypocrisy.
If we really immerse ourselves in history and the dynamics around race in particular, it just has much to teach us about the present.
Racism was always about profits. Black people didn't come to the United States as slaves just because white people didn't like them.
The chances of being subjected to capital punishment if you happen to be a black man and if the victim is white is exponentially greater than if you are a white man and the victim is black.
Let's end the criminalization of poverty, and you will see a world that will be better than you can even imagine.
When people who are most vulnerable and oppressed do better, we all do better.
We're not going to be able to have an equal and equitable society until we acknowledge that that's how we got to where we are today.
The most profound aim is a healthy democracy with all of its citizens proud of the distance it has come.
Yeah, shout out to Steve McKinley Henderson, Steve Rosenthal, and the cast of Buffalo characters who were in that documentary. One took first place in the Spotlight Awards in Atlanta a couple of weeks ago. I happened to be in the house. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. National award. First in the award series that goes on this year that we'll probably be put in. I say we because I'm a part of the project. You heard a little snippet of what I said, but I got a little piece in there talking about incarceration, stuff that we're talking about now, how horrendous things are. But the film, the documentary it is up to us. It stars some people, you may has Buffalo poet laureate Jillian Hainsworth in it, Terrence Robinson. You heard UB professor Mr. Taylor. It's got a bunch of people in there. Sam McGavin, man, an icon up here in Western New York, started PPG and other things. Pretty much my young brother Thomas Gant, who walked out of there on fire in walls and been doing nothing but great work since then. There's a bunch of people on here. Don't want to name them all. Excuse me, but I just want to know, it's a little Buffalo project with the home team in there. I'm down here in the corner here, other hand, right there. And it's up to us, man. Award-winning documentary. first in the series that's to come out through Stephen Rosenthal's Carmack Studios, man, that I've been working with. Looking forward to those ventures to enlighten, I see you too, to enlighten the community about some of the stuff that's gone on and how it still continues to go on, perpetrated by a system that is unequal, and definitely the theme of racism continue to be one that permeates our existence here on the shores of North America. I do want to take a moment because I promised people that I would take a moment and talk about, we all getting ready, most people getting ready for Christmas, holiday of Christmas, which we'll talk about at some point. I just don't have the energy to fight all the battles right now of ignorance and lies and injustice. So I'm going to try to keep it to just a few for right now. But we wanted to talk about really quickly Kwanzaa, man, something that unfortunately, what is good here in Buffalo, Buffalo is like one of the centers of Kwanzaa in the world, man. And that's a shout out to Buffalo, who always has a stupendous celebration. Malana Karenga, who invented it, comes here a lot of times. I mean, I just want to briefly talk about this. People say, "Oh, wait, Kwanzaa, y'all just made something up." No, we didn't make nothing up. If you knew your heritage, and that means your Afrocentric heritage, because everything germinated, came from Africa, the motherland, what you connected to, whether you want to accept it, believe it or not. Facts, your feelings is not facts, but the facts are the facts. Facts are the oldest living, oldest fossilized human being that they consider the mother of all humans. DNA in all of us was found in the Nile Valley in Africa, which was the cradle of civilization. I don't care what the lies they told you, or the ones you want to believe. If you do some study, you'll know. And that's why Christmas, and I'm so glad this brother came up with Kwanzaa, because Kwanzaa is based on the Swahili where you talk about first fruits. And one of the reasons why Christmas is around this time is because it's the winter solstice. It's the first fruits when people, at the time of harvest, with all the work and crops you had, before the ground got totally hard, you couldn't get anything out of it, you got all that together. And all those were the fruits that you had that got you through those winter months to survive, to, fellowship over food. And that's what we did in the community. And then Christmas became this commercialized version of that by stores and commercial entities finding a way to monopolize a quasi-religious holiday to get their merchandise out the door at the end of the year. Get all these sales. These sales is the stuff that they trying to get rid of because it's last year's or last season's or whatever. So you get all these sales. What are they going to do with it? Keep it and they ain't going to get nothing. So I give you a sale and everybody buy all this stuff. And I'm not trying to be the Grinch that steals Christmas. I was telling my granddaughter this afternoon, bringing her up from school, that, man, I want y'all to enjoy this time because I never had a bad Christmas at home. I had quite a few decades of bad Christmases incarcerated, but as growing up as a child, for as far as I can remember, I never had a bad Christmas. Even when it was, was a lie about certain things about it, but the fact of the matter is having a time with family is together, they share gifts, you redrew your wardrobe and you do it. It was a year of purging old stuff and getting new stuff. It was a good, and I'm not, like I said, don't knock the tradition. The lies, that's another story, but it's for another day. I don't want to blow it up 2 days before the Christmas holiday, but we're going to talk about that during Black History Month. Some of the falsehoods about some of the lies that still keep us, held on to things that we shouldn't. But I want to talk about Kwanzaa real quick. It was in Malana Karenga was the creator of Kwanzaa, and Kwanzaa is the Nguzo Saba, that's what I told you, the Swahili word, which really means first fruits, and it's engulfed with concepts of 7 principles called the Nguzo Saba. Those are the 7 principles. And I want you to listen to these principles. And the principles are umoja, unity. We talk about that here on the show. You and I can't have unity. Can't have unity without you and I. Can't have community without unity. There you go, unity. I hear you at. There you go, useless. So unity. One of the reasons why we in the position we in because of the lack of unity. Unity brings strength, brings a lot of things. And we deplore when other people together unify, oh, these ones like this and that. But really, it is the substance of strength in any group of people. But that's but it was the promotion of unity. The second principle was one of my favorites, Kuji Chakalia. That's self-determination. That's naming yourself, deciding for you. Not being, and we use today's term, don't be trendy. Don't try to have the riz because they got the riz or had the aura of that one. Yeah, I think I don't know. I got youngers around me. And with the riz, the aura, the whatever, all that's cool. We came up, we had our little slang words, our little differentiations generationally in all ways. That's cool. But facts is facts, man. Let's determine for ourselves who and what we are, what our purposes are, what we need to be doing to further everything for everybody that look like us. And that's where our self-determination come in. Success determined by us. A relationship determined by us. Not trying to fit in somebody else's determination or definition of who, what we all should be. Let me be quick here. I want to speak. Ujima. Ujima's collective work and responsibility. What we've been known to do all our lives and what we've allowed them to, we assimilate. When you assimilate, you get the good with the bad. And some of the bad, we got this competitive, dog eat dog, get the bag mentality that doesn't, yeah, it may produce something for you and yours. But we never been about just self-protection. We've been about communal production, societal production, humanity's production. I don't know, man. We didn't got away from that. So the other person is Ujamaa, cooperative economics. I ain't even gonna go there long. We getting short on the show because that's another one. Cooperative. $1 goes around one time in our community. That's not cooperative economics. That's economics where we take billions of dollars and put them in somebody else's pockets in somebody else's community and then complain about where our dollars go. But we put them there. And we'll talk about that some other time, but stop complaining. Be the change you want to be. Nia's next principle. Nia, purpose. Man, a life without purpose, man, some say just ain't worth living. What's your purpose? What's your God-given purpose? What's your gift? What are you doing? What are you bringing to the table other than a plate to be filled? What are you bringing to the table? What is your purpose? Find it. Turn your life will change. Kuumba is creativity. Man, embrace the creativity you got. Don't nobody tell you what's crazy, what's stupid, what's impossible. Mandela said it, Nelson Mandela. It's always impossible until it's done. You are impossible, just your creation. You being right here, right now, listen to me, is an impossibility for all you've been through in your life. So stop, be creative, man. Look and think outside the box. That's what we always did. You know why? When we had to do that, because they wouldn't let us do their games, we came up with some of the greatest inventions known to man. And we want to assimilate, be like everybody else. We lose. It's just like those smartphones that got us all dumb. Oh, man, let me go. So after creativity is Imani. Shout out to my niece Imani. There's a bunch of Imanis I know. Imani, which means faith. If all your time, y'all come with this Christian shit, this, that, the real religion is spirituality is faith. It's faith in that this is something bigger than you to life. Bigger to your accomplishments, your wants, your desires, your crew, your family, you and yours, that there's something bigger than that. That when you leave this realm as a body, you see in the casket, that spirit is gone. That's what made them who they were. That's what animates you. Your faith, your spirit. You think, listen, we running around talking about, yeah, mind, body, and spirit. Mental, physical, spiritual. We talk all that, don't even know what we talking about. I'm not talking religion. I'm talking about faith and the gifts that you've been given. Faith in a spirit that's larger than yours that gives you the gifts that you give so that you can be a blessing to others like you've been blessed. Tell you, if you count your blessings instead of your troubles, your math will turn out a whole lot better. That's not boss, that's just facts. Listen, we getting low into the show, man. I want to tell y'all, man, however you celebrate this holiday season, merry everything and happy always. I see you in 2026. We're going to be changing the dates, man. I don't know, I couldn't get my Tuesdays all the time, but you're going to see me. If you won't see me, I'm going to be there. Huh? Can we have that convo in February? We definitely will. We're going to talk Black history, which is world history, which is true history. No mystery, y'all. Have a good holiday. Be safe. Be blessed. Count your blessings. Got too many not to be all right. Night.